Welcome to our channel where we analyze real encounters, expose misconduct, and demand accountability from those in power. In today's video, an independent journalist calmly films outside a police station when a sergeant storms out, demanding to know his purpose. The pressure builds, and before long, the sergeant smashes the journalist's phone, launching an unlawful Section 43 search, a move that would later prove costly for both him and his department.
Pardon?
Are you doing the news piece?
Just having a look at your cars now, really. Just saw his PC was idling up there, and I figured she was going to be coming out in a second. So, yeah, just waiting for. Oh my days! Hang on, so we got an inspector, a PC,
Yeah.
PC, inspector. So we got 4 police officers for a man with a camera. But it's quite intimidating, isn't it? Having 4 people come out.
There's private vehicles there as well as vehicles that are unmarked.
Sure, but
I'm just wondering what your purpose
but it's quite
is.
intimidating having 4 officers come out and accost somebody with a camera.
You're here on police premises.
Yeah, but like 4 people.
We need to
Really?
establish whether there's a security issue.
Okay.
So, do you want to talk to me about what you're here for? I've got no issue with you filming, but as I've said, there's private vehicles.
Yeah,
And there's
it's not my intention to get those. If they're in the background of a shot, they're in the background of a shot. But I'm not here to.
I'm not doing a news piece. Do you want an interview? I'll talk to you if you'd like to have an interview.
Not particularly. No, just want to have a look around. That's all. Just like to look around.
I saw you obviously trying to walk around there. So I was just wondering.
You should be careful with the information that you say like that, because I wasn't trying to walk around.
From the moment the sergeant appears, it's clear he's not there to assess facts, but to assert control. He immediately questions the journalist's motives, insisting he must be satisfied with the reasons for filming. That's not enforcing law, that's enforcing emotion. He justifies his discomfort by claiming police buildings are potential targets, a vague excuse with no evidence. Lawful suspicion requires facts, not feelings, and here there were none.
I was stood there for a good 4 minutes watching you in your vehicle, and I saw the sign saying no unauthorised access. So don't tell me that I was trying to walk places where I wasn't. Be careful with things like that.
Have you got the footage that you need?
I'm not sure yet, to be honest.
Okay, but I'd like you to leave, because as I've said, there are private vehicles there, that you've got some footage. You've got enough, there's nothing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the footage that I was getting was actually interrupted by the PC stopping and coming out. But so I'll probably wait around to see if any more vehicles come in or out, see if I can get one on blue lights.
You shouldn't do that, because as I've said, there's private cars coming in and out. Officers don't want you recording them coming and going from duty, because that presents a potential security risk.
Well, they shouldn't drive to work then, really, should they? If they're that concerned.
You have no business to film the private areas that are off limit to the public.
I have every business to film anything that's visible from a public area.
But my point is, you shouldn't be going up there, which is what you've done.
I haven't gone past the signage where your signage is. It doesn't say the signage. The signage is the signage here saying that I can't go further than this, or is the signage there saying I can't go further than?
Section 43 of the Terrorism Act is a power reserved for situations involving reasonable suspicion of terrorism. In this encounter, no such suspicion exists. No intelligence, no credible threat, nothing to justify it. Yet the sergeant weaponizes this law as leverage. Without even detaining the journalist, he snatches the phone, claiming he thought it was being turned off. But without lawful authority, that act becomes more than wrong. It becomes unlawful.
My personal use, public interest.
Well, my personal vehicle is there, and I'm asking you, from me to you as a private individual, I'm not comfortable with you violating my personal space.
It's not your personal space. It's
Well,
a
my vehicle there, my private vehicle is there, and I'm
Okay.
not comfortable with you filming that.
Well, if you hadn't announced that it was your private vehicle, nobody would ever
But
have
I'm
known.
telling
now.
you it is, so
No, you
therefore
are
I'm
doing
asking
now.
you to stop. Yeah,
Well, I'm
just
not going to.
security.
It's in a public
In which
area.
case you'll have to be removed to prevent the breach of the
For-
peace, because you are
How am I
here.
breaching the peace? Do you know?
You've
Do you know what?
already-
Do you know what? Do you know what the threshold is for breach of the peace?
You already have enough footage, so I'm asking you to leave.
Okay.
You're creating it. These
No.
officers aren't able to get on with their policing
I'm not
duty.
stopping them.
When challenged, the journalist calmly explains that his phone was seized unlawfully and he intends to keep filming. The sergeant tries to twist his words, suggesting the detention allows them to examine his footage under Section 43. But that logic collapses immediately. A lawful search requires a lawful detention, and none existed. Instead, the sergeant uses legislation meant for counterterrorism to harass a citizen engaged in protected journalistic activity.
Individuals, as I was getting on with a matter that's of concern to the community, and I've got an individual on police premises filming not only the police cars coming and going, but officers arriving for duty and leaving again. That causes me a concern.
So you're working on conjecture there, because I have specifically said that that is not my intention.
I've said to you, you're causing me a concern, so I'd
Okay.
like you to leave.
Well, you're concerned. You know, do you police by your feelings in this country, or do you police by what the law is?
I'd like you to leave.
Do you police by
I'd
what?
like you to leave.
Do you police by what the law is, or do you
Sir,
police
I'm gonna
by?
get the officers to take you away, because you are not.
Am I in a public place?
There are officers having private conversations about cases in the backyard of the police station.
Well, they
which
shouldn't
is
be.
not-
They shouldn't be
and you
having
are-
that conversation in that sort of place.
But you shouldn't be there within the scope of being able
I can
to
be.
film them.
Do you know you can film anything you can see from a public place in the UK?
Okay.
Is this a public place?
This is a public place.
There you go, so if I can
you
film
are-
it-
Let me put it a different way. If you stand at the end of my driveway at home, which
Sure.
is a public place, repairable at public expense,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
and you film into my window, is that acceptable?
Is this your home? Do you live here? Do you sleep here?
But these are private premises. Beyond this line here, you are filming from a public into a private space. Is that
Okay.
permitted?
Yes.
The sergeant's reasoning only gets weaker. He claims the journalist filmed himself near a station gate with a keypad, implying security concerns. Yet the keypad is publicly visible, and filming it isn't illegal. His second claim, that refusal to explain the filming is suspicious, is equally hollow. Remaining silent isn't a crime. Using someone's right to privacy as a reason for a search isn't suspicion. It's punishment for non-compliance.
Repeatedly, then you could potentially take action about harassment. But at this point, I've been here once only, to come and get some footage that I want to.
Just on footage for a couple of minutes and then you can leave.
No,
please.
you don't put a time. You don't put a time limit on my
I do put a
rights.
time limit on you, and
No.
I'm telling you.
Do you know what
now,
Article 10 is of the
you are-
Human Rights Act?
You are causing me personally harassment and alarm by filming here.
Go talk to Lord Justice Bean about it. The police have a much
You
higher
have 2 minutes
threshold.
to leave and then you're going to go.
No,
Otherwise
I'm
you'll
not.
Be arrested.
I'm not.
Sure you're-
Arrest me?
Yes,
You're going
be
to arrest me.
arrested.
You'll be hearing from my
Absolutely.
solicitors, and you'll be having a civil suit on your hands.
Okay,
Arrest me for
give
what?
me
What?
solicitors'
What are you going
details
to
and
arrest me
no,
for?
You are causing a nuisance.
What are you
here.
going to arrest me for?
Either public nuisance or harassment.
Public nuisance.
Yeah.
So under the new legislation that came with the public. So
You've got your opportunity to film.
So
I'd like you to not film or certainly delete anything that has details of my personal vehicle or that of any of the police officers there, and then I want you to go. All right?
you don't put a time limit on my rights.
From getting on with
No,
the
I'm exercising my rights here, and you don't put a time limit on that, Inspector. Inspector what? Blackwell? Thank you.
No, you all right with me? Yeah, go and do anything.
Yeah, see, I'm obviously not that much of a concern because you're allowing them to go about their business, yet you're threatening to arrest me. Tyrants here at Stamford.
When asked directly whether he suspects terrorism, the sergeant admits he doesn't. That single admission destroys the entire basis of his detention. Section 43 cannot be used without reasonable suspicion of terrorism. Yet he continues to invoke it, as though repeating the section number makes it valid. The journalist ends up reminding the officer of his own legal duties, including the requirement to clearly state what he's searching for, a basic yet vital rule.
Under UK law, officers must specify the purpose of a search, what they're looking for, and why. This ensures transparency and prevents fishing expeditions. The sergeant failed to do so, turning what should have been a lawful procedure into an abuse of power. The result? A legal challenge confirming the detention and phone seizure were unlawful. The taxpayer foots the bill for his mistake, as accountability finally catches up to authority.
This wasn't a misunderstanding, it was a misuse of law. The sergeant, aided by colleagues, detained and searched a journalist without lawful grounds and unlawfully seized his phone. Legal representatives later confirmed a payout, acknowledging the breach of rights. The officer's insistence on personal satisfaction over lawful process turned a simple encounter into a costly disaster, exposing how fragile accountability can become when authority acts unchecked.